In the British bicycle industry, four names quietly play an important role: Ridgeback, Genesis, Saracen and Adventure. From the outside, they look like very different brands. Ridgeback is known for practical everyday bikes. Genesis leans into adventure and drop bar riding. Saracen carries that mountain bike heritage, and Adventure sits in a more general accessible space. But they all have one big thing in common. All four are part of the same UK group, Sportline, under H. Young Holdings, and that means they share the same backend. They're designed, engineered and manufactured within the same organization, using the same planning, sourcing and production network. So even though the logos and target riders change, the structure behind them is the same. So today I'm going to explain how these four ended up together and how Sportline uses each brand in its overall lineup. H. Young Holding, based in Newbury, Berkshire, is a private held group established in 1924. It specializes in sourcing, marketing, warehousing and distribution. Under the umbrella of the H. Young Holdings sits Sportline, a division that serves as the home for four distinct bike brands: Ridgeback, Genesis, Saracen and Adventure. Each brand has its own distinct market position, image and target audience. This house portfolio is supported by Madison, which is the largest distributor of cycle parts and accessories across the UK and Ireland. With a logistics network capable of shipping over 80,000 boxes monthly to a base of more than 2,600 trade customers, Madison provides the commercial engine and retailer footprint necessary to sustain the group's brand ownership strategy. Ridgeback was founded in 1983 by British entrepreneur Errol Drew, whose journey in the industry began several years earlier. In 1977, Drew opened a small bicycle shop in northwest London called Better Bikes, located on West End Lane in West Hampstead. It was through this retail foundation that he began importing American mountain bikes, a then novel concept, and eventually developed the UK's first mass-produced commercially available mountain bikes under the Ridgeback name. Today, Ridgeback is still known for making tough, sensible bikes, maintaining its long-standing presence in the touring and children's bike markets, while also expanding into modern categories like e-bikes and cargo bikes. Ridgeback also served as an incubator for more experimental designs. The most notable example occurred in 2001 with the release of the Ridgeback Genesis Day One. The model's success was so pronounced that by 2006, the Genesis name was spun off into its own enthusiast-led brand. Under this new independence, Genesis leaned into a one-bike-for-everything philosophy, specializing in versatile, drop-bar machines designed for road, gravel, and long-distance touring. The brand became a pioneer of the modern adventure category, most notably with the release of the Croix de Fer in 2008, a steel-framed bike that combined disc brakes with generous tire clearance, years before gravel became a mainstream term. Today, Genesis continues to represent the enthusiast-led, adventure-focused arm of the group, focusing on high-quality materials, often utilizing premium Reynolds steel to create bikes that prioritize quality. Saracen serves as the group's high-performance off-road specialist. Founded in 1983 by brothers Paul and Rick Stanforth, Saracen was a true pioneer of the British mountain bike scene. In 1984, the brand gained national fame when two of its early mountain bikes were famously ridden to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro, cementing its reputation for rugged durability. Throughout the 1990s, Saracen became a household name in the UK. But, like many independent manufacturers, it struggled with the industry-wide shift from domestic production to global importing. After a period of financial difficulty, the brand was officially acquired by Madison in 2009. Under the Sportline's umbrella, Saracen's identity was rebuilt around the world of professional racing. The launch of the Madison Saracen downhill team in 2011 was central to this strategy, providing a testing ground for their flagship model, the Mist. Over the next 14 years, the Mist became one of the most successful bikes on the international circuit, carrying riders like Danny Hart and Matt Walker to World Cup victories and World Championship titles. Today, Saracen builds bikes for riders who want to go fast on technical dirt, from local bike parks to World Cup tracks. In the conglomerate structure, Adventure is the entry-level specialist. It was developed in-house by Madison Sportline in 2011 to provide a reliable, budget-friendly alternative to Ridgeback bikes. In 2017, the brand underwent a major refresh, expanding into folding bikes, the Snicket series, and electric bikes using the Shimano Steps system. Adventure is a good example of why portfolio groups exist in the first place. Not every brand in a stable needs a long heritage story or a race team behind it. Some brands are there to do a specific job. Cover price points that the premium labels can't. Give dealers a dependable option for customers who just want a solid bike. And make sure the group has something for the riders who's buying their first commuter, folder or e-bike. And when you step back, that's the bigger picture with Sportline. Ridgeback is the trusted backbone, practical bikes with decades of credibility. Genesis is the enthusiast and adventure arm, the brand that speaks to riders who obsess over steel tubes and long rides. Saracen is the performance edge, built around off-road speed and racing identity. And Adventures fills the gap, accessible, value-focused, and built to scale. Sportline is a great example of how portfolio groups actually work. From the outside, it looks like four separate brands fighting for attention. But once you know they're built inside the same organization, you start reading them differently. You realize each one has a job. One builds trust and volume. One builds enthusiast credibility. One carries performance and racing, and one covers the entry-level customer. So, when you're choosing between Ridgeback, Genesis, Saracen and Adventure, you're not only choosing bike, you're choosing where you sit inside that portfolio. And once you start thinking like that, the whole bike industry gets much easier to understand.